Hi there, how you doing? And welcome to another episode in the series of What's on Your Mind. I'm Carl. The program is produced by Breakthrough TV at gmail.com. So how you doing? First, let me say thank you for all you guys who has tuned into the show over the couple of weeks. In fact, this is our 15th in this series. We say thank you. A little bit late today because we had some technical issues of getting online, and everything seems to be slow today. Not just here, but it seems even at my house, even at my producer's house, everything just seems to be slow in getting on the internet. I think that's because of the hot weather, because in the UK we are having a heat wave, aren't we? Yes, we're having what you call a heat wave. So everything is just slowing up. So let me say once again, thank you for tuning in. Said, how you doing? And what a week it has been. So many different things has been going on. So many different things. And as I say, thank you for tuning in. And let me thank all the people who's been our guests on the program in the last 14th episode. You know, people like Sister Marcia Anderson, Malika Quealy, the violinist, Patricia Panton, Steve Morrison, and a whole lot more. And we're hoping to have a gentleman later on today to speak to, and he probably will be the third gentleman we've actually had on the program. I don't know what's the matter with the man, they're frightened to talk. they're frightened to talk, and then they you know what I mean? They said they're not frightened to talk. But we have a lot of ladies who actually, being our guests. But we've only had 1, 2, 3. three a man. 3 man. What's happened to the man them? The man don't want to get nothing off their mind. They don't want to get anything off their minds. You know what I mean? And with the program, we always start looking of what's happening around the world. And I said the program is called What's on Your Mind, and I get off what's on my mind. So as I say, we start looking at a few things that's sort of happening around the world, and there's different news, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna try and go with it the best as I can. And they say the internet is always giving me some problems today, and so we hope it will last. You know what I mean? We hope the live stream that we're actually doing will last. So let me move on. Moving on. A lot of things have been happening, and in the news, and there's a lot of different things been happening. So let me first look at this. Ofcom. Start with Ofcom. Ofcom chief has warned social media giants over racist abuse, and they're planning to take strong action. However, they did say they will not deal with individual tweets, but they will take drastic action with the big giants of social media who allowed racist tweets to go on. And I'm talking about racist tweet that has the England football player had suffered while they was playing in the Euro. People like Raheem Sterling, Saka, Mark Rashford, and even the weekend we had Lewis Hamilton, who won the British Grand Prix, and he still suffers racist abuse online. So we hope Ofcom will actually put pressure on these giants of social media to stop this, because we need to stop this. It's not nicked in the bud, it's passed on the bud, because you can't say it's passed on the bud. So we need to actually stop this and stop this sort of racist abuse happening. Yeah. Moving on. And in London, there has been protesters in what we call Freedom Day. And it happened in Westminster. And on Monday gone, Freedom Day in London was what you call Freedom Day, because we see hundreds of protesters, anti-lockdown protesters protesting. And they was protesting for their freedom, even though it was Freedom Day. And it was roadblock They blocked the street. Nobody could go anywhere. The traffic was blocked. So I don't know what's going on there. And as you can see, I don't know. I should be serious. But when things like that happen, I have to laugh. I don't know why I have to laugh. But when things like that happen, I have to laugh. And I don't know what was going on. I said, it was what you call road block. Them block the road. And I say, it's a big protest. You know, people venting their anger of the lockdown. But bear in mind, the lockdown restriction has now been eased. I'm going to talk about that later on. I'm going to talk about that later on. Let me move on. Yeah. And don't forget, you can like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. We go to Germany. Wow. German government has been criticized for not giving answers quickly enough about their early warning system. And they have been heavily criticized because it seems like the warning system that they has not worked. And it has caused so many damage. The big flood, the big rainfall, you know, that's what it does. And a lot of people in Germany are very angry because they say the system hasn't worked. And the government has been criticized. We see thousands of people losing their home. Thousands of people was trapped in water rising all the time, you know. And it has devastated, you know, parts of Germany. Also, Belgium has been devastated. Part of Belgium has been ill. Also, the Netherlands has also feel the backlash of that. But I sometimes wonder, is it because of, you know, global warming? Because we're having great hot weather here in the UK. We're having hot weather in the UK. And we're also having, we're also having what called big fire in the United States. And last week, the Caribbean, parts of the Caribbean, had a what you call hurricane. So, is global warming here? What is going on? You don't know, do you? What is going on? I don't know myself. But the other thing, you know, just a little bit, a tiny little one is, the other thing I want to say is that the earth never remains the same. It is always doing something. It's always changing from beginning of time. It is always changing. So it's a cycle. No matter how you say it shouldn't be or it doesn't want to be, it is a cycle. The earth never stays the same. From man came on the earth, it has never been the same. And I dare say man has contributed to some of these defects. It doesn't help when you have WMD and rockets going up into the sky and blowing all the fumes and all the rest of it. It's got to affect the planet. Wars also affects the planet. So you've got all that sort of thing as well. So, but you never know. You just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know. You just got to pray. And some of us have to just do the best we can and see how it goes. Yeah. Right. Let me move on. Now, in Haiti acting prime minister is stepping down. Claude Joseph has standing for the assassinated Jovenel Moïse. But Jovenel Moïse, as you know, was assassinated. But he is to step down. He was the acting prime minister. So he is stepping down. So we watch Haiti with interest and see what is going on in Haiti. Because Haiti has always been in that, you know, in a zone where, for such a little place, you know. So we watch and look and observe what is going on in Haiti. Yeah. Moving on to Africa. Nigeria is facing an unprecedented wave of different overlapping security issues. There's been kidnappings, there have been extremism, and as I said, there has been kidnapping. And an analyst has said it affects the whole fabric of society. And Nigeria, I don't know why that is in Nigeria. Nigeria's got oil. Nigeria's a big country. Nigeria's got a lot of minerals. But you always find this sometimes, don't you? You always seem to find this. That when a country got all these wonderful things, a lot of different things always happen. And it's not because they haven't got wealth. They've got lots of wealth, but the wealth probably hasn't been distributed evenly, you know. So that is another thing to watch. Another country to watch is Nigeria. Yeah. Let me move on. Now, I'll move on to something that we've been complaining about. Yes. I gotta say, I'm not complaining. First, I'm not complaining. The heat wave, the UK has received what you call a heat wave. Yes. Now, I know some of you guys in the Caribbean says, no, we don't have no heat wave. Yes, we're having a heat wave. I got to tell you, on Saturday, I think it was 30 degrees C. You say 30 degrees C is not hot. And then Sunday was actually the hottest day in the UK. And it has, as I say, the people in charge has issued a health warning. So you must be careful because it's hotter. I don't know what you say. One of my jokes I always say, it's hotter than July. But we are in July. And I'm not talking about Stevie Wonder's album. Well, as you can see, I'm still loving it. And you know, I know it's probably a little bit tough for some people, but I'm still actually loving it. I'm still loving it. And the only thing about it, at night you can't sleep. You don't know where to sleep. And if the UK has had houses with flat roof, you can go like they do in India. You can go and sleep on top of the roof, but you can't. You can't sleep on top of the roof. So you have to stay in the house, and it's hot. The other thing as well, you see, problem for me is that I can't have a fan. You know what I mean? I'm allergic to fan. I'm also allergic to air condition. I don't even have the air condition in my car because as soon as I put it on, I start sneezing. Same with the fan. I don't have a fan on in my house. As soon as I put the fan on, I start sneezing. And it's not because my house is not clean or anything like that. That's just the effect it has on me. If I walk into a building with air con, it has exactly the same thing. That's what it does to me. You know what I mean? So I'd say, well, as I say, I'm loving it. And the trouble about it now is that the fact is that now we're having a heat wave. Now you know what comes next, don't you? What are we gonna have next? Let me put the pot in. What are we gonna have next? What are we gonna have next? Some people, I can read somebody said to me, don't say it, but I'm gonna say it. We're gonna have possibly the lightning and the thunderstorm. That will probably next, and that's not very nice because I don't really like that anyway. I don't really like the lightning and the thunder and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? My late mother tell me about a story about when she was very, very young, and what it is was when she was very, very young in the Caribbean, she was walking, and she got involved in a lightning storm, and what it did, it lifted her off the ground. And I always remember that story. And I said, what? Yes. And she said, it lifted her off the ground. So that is the effect lightning can have. Don't forget, you can like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Thank you. And you can also share it now, because I said this is a live stream. And so we're hoping it's going to hold up, because we've been having a lot of technical issues with, getting online and getting on the internet. And I say, so don't forget to, as I say, like, share, and subscribe. Moving on to sports. Yeah, sports. Wow. So, he's done it again. Sir Lewis Hamilton has won the British Grand Prix. Now, I don't know if you see that race. I gotta tell you, that is the best race I have ever saw. So Lewis Hamilton at the start, he had a crash with Max Verstappen. And Max Verstappen's car spinned and hit a barrier. Take him out the race. Lewis Hamilton continued, only to be given a 10-second penalty by the big boys, the boss. They give him, by the stewards, they give him a 10-second penalty. Anyway, Lewis carried on. Now Leclerc, the Italian driver driving for Ferrari, they was in the lead. And as I say, Lewis had a 10-second penalty, but he get involved. And with 2.5 laps left, because Leclerc was leading the race, with 2.5 laps left, Lewis Hamilton came and he went and he takes Leclerc and he won the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. The other thing I got to tell you that now, what Lewis actually done, because Max Verstappen, says the bad boy, I'm the bad boy, of motor racing. What it actually does, it psychologically messed up Max Verstappen because Lewis said, yes, you're gonna go with me. He thinks Lewis can't go, Lewis been a champion for, it's his 99th. Lewis is a champion. It's his 99th win. So, okay, if you can't drive with your 99th win, so he decided, he's okay, Max, you're a bad boy. Okay, I'm gonna be a bad boy as well. So what he's actually done, as I say before, he psychologically damaged Max Verstappen. So Max Verstappen now will be thinking. I love it. Even see Lewis is laughing. Even Lewis is laughing at me. Even thinking I'm gonna stay on the track because you don't become a champion for so many times and you don't win 99 times without, marvelous. But I must say as well, the sad thing about it is that, and I'll say at the start of the program, Lewis also received racial abuse from nasty people, very, very nasty people. And I don't know what is going on with the racial abuse, Yeah, so, and hope we can stamp that out very, very soon. Needs to get really tough on that again. Needs to get really tough. The man's driving for Britain. The man this is his country. The UK is his country. Yeah. So I don't know why he gets racial abuse. Mind you, we see the football players there as well. This was their country. This is their country as well. So I don't know what is going on with these mad people. All I can say them, sure, I can't even bother say what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Yeah. Moving on. Tokyo sports. Still on sports. The Tokyo Olympics. Now, 6 British athletes has been forced to isolate ahead of the Olympic Games. That's because there wasn't a flight and they was tested positive. So they are in isolation. Now, there's also been a lot of rumors and talks, and you see in social media that they're still thinking of canceling the Tokyo Olympics because coronavirus in Tokyo is very, very high. It's rising and rising. That's why there's no spectators, So we'll have to see, and it's not too far away. I think it's probably start. Probably start this weekend. I could be wrong, but it may be starting this weekend. But we'll have to see how that goes. You know what I mean? We will have to see how that goes. Don't forget, once again, to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Entertainment. Now, there is a Jamaican independent festival which is coming up, and it is right here in Birmingham, and it is the 7th of August 2021. Yeah, celebrating Jamaica independence. And the mighty sound system. I've seen the sound system in clips play on YouTube and different places. The mighty sound system, Channel 1 will be the sound system there. And I think it actually starts about 12 p.m. Giving some free adverts there. But it's a festival, so you got to celebrate that. And I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Still very hot in the studio today as well. I hope wherever you are, you're able to keep cool. My producer and our young apprentice has told me, how do I know this? Have told me that they are sweating. They are sweating and sweating and sweating. And I'm actually sweating now myself, even though I've got the shirt on. You see the shirt, You see my shirt, I gotta tell you about my shirt, I have wear this shirt for years because generally I don't wear short sleeve shirts. I find it difficult to wear short sleeve shirt in England, but I gotta tell you, this is quite cool, but it's already wet. It's already wet. And so there you have it. But I've had this shirt for years and I put it down. And then, when I was coming to the studio today, you know what? I'm fashion expert now. I thought, you know what? I better put this on and let me see if I can cool down. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And moving on with entertainment. Wow. One of the queen of reggae. He's got a brand new album out. And it's doing fantastic. It's doing very good. It's getting a lot of earplay, a lot of rotation. The queen herself, Itana, steps up with a brand new album. The album is called Pamoja. Pamoja in Swahili means together. Yeah. So, Pamoja. Yes. And I've heard a couple of tracks of the album, but it's a wonderful album. And the other thing about the album, it's a dancehall album. It's got some dancehall tracks, and she's combined with Afrobeat, also reggae. You know what I mean? And from what I've heard of the album, it's a fantastic album. It's got some really nice tunes on it. You know what I mean? And I look forward to hearing more and more of that album. You know what I mean? So as I say, check out. It's the latest album from the one and only Itana. Yeah. Now, I gotta move on to my what do I call it? What's the name of the program? My rant. Now, my rant. What can I say about my rant? Now, Boris Johnson is in isolation. Yes. Also, the Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, and also the Chancellor. So, oh dear me, it's not funny, but all these people are in isolation because of coronavirus. And coronavirus is rising in the UK. But we have Freedom Day. Well, it's Freedom Day. In fact, it's what you call in the UK Freedom Week. No more mask, right? No more social distance. And you can go where you want to go. Now, what worries me, and I've said this before, I'm not the prophet of doom. Well, I'm not the prophet of doom, but what actually worries me is the fact that in London, regardless of what some people want to think, in London, on Monday, we see a whole lot of people all over the place. No social distance. At the football match before that a couple of weeks ago, we see a whole lot of people all over the place. No social distancing, right? When this pandemic started, we was told that we should have social distance. So the ball is changed now, and not a lot of people has had their vaccine, but a lot of people who also have the double jab has also caught the virus again. Yeah. So what's going to happen there in the next couple of months? The next couple of months is the virus going to spread again? Is it going to spread? It's going to rise? Is it going to be by the end of the summer? We're going to see a vast more infection. I know at the moment as well, the health service in the UK is under pressure. They're under massive pressure. They're under pressure for even people people have cancer, you know what I mean, to something. Even people waiting for operations. So the health service is already under a lot of pressure. Now, I'm not saying the lockdown be lifted. But what I'm saying, it should take a little bit more time. I know business is, business is business is business. You got to do business, and it's mash up a lot of business. But even so, we have come this far. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what's out there, I said to you before. A lot of people don't know what's out there. A lot of people also, there's no such thing as coronavirus. It's been invented, it's a plant, it's the government or different agencies trying to mess up our mind. Because I'm not stupid, I hear all the deals, you know what I mean? And you may say to yourself, I'm buying into this personally. No, I'm not buying into it personally, but it's my views. Because we see a whole lot of people got dead. A lot of people died in 2020. A lot more people has it, and a lot more people is dying from it. So this so-called Freedom Day, I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know. As I say, I think we should go step by step. There's a song like that, Whitney Houston. Yeah. But as I said, we should go step by step, because by the winter come, you don't know what's gonna happen. And also, what is happening as well? I think from September, the government is saying that you should be having like a double jab. You'll be to go into a nightclub. But I see people jumping around in a nightclub over the weekend like nobody's business. I see it on television because I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere because I'm still a little bit, has to be so careful, so I don't go anywhere. But I hope and I pray that this will go away soon. I can hear somebody above me saying they don't go to nightclub as well. I don't know how loud that is. I don't really know how loud that is, but I can hear them saying, "Oh, I can hear voice from above." Where that Sky voice coming from? I can hear voice club saying they don't go nightclub as well. So, but it's one of them ones. So you have to be so careful, and that is, you know what I mean. I know a lot of young people as well. You know what I mean. He wants to go out. They want to do this. They want to do that. But you must use your common sense, because I will tell you this: away from all the academics and the so-called educated people, you know what I mean. If you don't have common sense, you don't have nothing. But the trouble about it is, a lot of people, all the academics as well, a lot of people, common sense does not grow in everybody's garden. So, all I'm going to say, did I say all I'm going to say? Let me say it again. All I'm going to say is use your damn common sense. And I hope it grows in a lot of your garden. Because if it doesn't, you're in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. I'm hoping to talk to her, I guess, very, very soon. Some people now, they don't have a lot of common sense, no matter what, you know what I mean, and no matter what. And I say, all you young guys, who you go and don't think, oh, what am I to talk about? You must use your common sense. As I say, it's good to be an academic, and it's good to be well educated, and I'm going to repeat it again, it's fantastic, all that. But if you ain't got no common sense, you see, man wasn't born in the so-called well-educated that we talk about now. You know what I mean? They was born in what we call common sense. And they use their common sense to get well-educated, yeah? So, that's how it works. Hoping to speak to my guests very, very soon. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, we're here every week. Because of the technical issues this week, we have been a little bit slow. The weather has just messed up everything now. I know a lot of people is going to say, I'm blaming the weather. I'm not blaming the weather. The trouble about the weather is, I used to hear people blame the weather when it fall, like leaves on the line and stuff like that, the railway. But I'm going to take that back now, because the weather is actually affecting all our equipment. Let me say hello there. Are you there, sir? My guest is supposed to be on the line. How you doing? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I need
I
to
can
hear.
hear
Uh,
very well.
okay, thank you very much. I need maybe you need it to be a bit louder. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. So, how you doing, sir? Tell me who you are.
Well, my name is Lighty.
Okay,
I'm
Lighty.
um I'm a singer from Birmingham. Back in the days, I used to sing all over the place, and now I'm a born again Christian.
Okay,
I still sing around the world and do different things in the community as well.
marvelous.
Um, yeah, so um, I'm a Birmingham bred,
All
as they
right.
say.
Okay.
Um, and I love life.
Thank you. Thank you for taking part in our show. I got to say, I think you're the only third gentleman who's taking part in the show. We have a lot of ladies, but I don't know what's the matter. I don't know what's the matter. I don't know what's the matter with the brothers. Them.
Yeah,
you
well,
you may have heard me earlier, and they don't got nothing on their mind. So tell me, brother, Lighty, thank you for taking part. What do you want to talk to me about?
well, I would like to. Well, it's a good thing that you said about the brothers because I feel that the majority of us black men we should stand tall, and we're not standing tall. We are always in the background and always being led, and um, our stance is it's very needed right now in
Yeah,
our community because we need strong men, to stand up and to be counted.
yeah,
And if it's necessary, right, then we go to war, because we need strong men to, defend our families, um, our wives or partners, you know. Um, so that's where I stand at the moment.
I'm glad you bring that point up because that is actually marvelous. That is actually very very marvelous points. What I mean, and as you say, the brothers need to step up. What I mean, and be more, as you say, as I say, this program is called "What's on Your Mind," and they say the brothers need to more step up and get together and and do it a bit more. And and you say you work in different charities on what over the years. What have you been doing, sir?
Yes, I've been giving out food to the homeless.
Okay, marvelous.
Um, yes, because I've been doing that for about 7 years
Okay,
straight.
yeah,
Um, I've not got paid for it, but I love to help and be a person who can, bring positive to our community.
marvelous.
So, and also,
Yeah,
I used to work for a care home,
yeah,
and I used to bring, like the elderly people to the center and to feed them and to, talk to them
yeah,
about whatever they want to talk about.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, and I really enjoy that really because that gave me a wisdom of patience, a wisdom of of caring for a human being as we should,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
elderly people,
Marvelous,
because
marvelous.
we don't really have that as we should
Yeah,
in a caring, um,
environment.
you know, yeah.
How long have you been? How long have you been a Christian, brother?
I've been a Christian for about 21 years now,
Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous.
and it's been it's been a rocky road,
Yeah,
you know.
most
It's
roads
been hard.
most roads are.
Yeah, it's been a rocky road. I've had my highs and had my lows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, I've learned a lot. I learned about life. I learned who I am. I learned about my weaknesses.
yeah, marvelous.
Um, and I learned about my strength.
Yeah,
Um, and I learned about the God who has made us all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And also, um, what really opened my eyes is when um, when COVID came along.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really opened my eyes and showed me that we cannot we cannot depend on man
Yeah.
per se,
Yeah.
but depend on God,
Yeah.
the giver of life.
Yeah.
Um, Even though we love our churches, but
Yeah.
I really believe that the churches was, I would say, they have lost their way.
The churches.
The churches has
S-
lost their way.
Serious. What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
And well, the reason why I say that is because most
Yeah.
churches, right, they focus more on on um on wealth
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and not the spiritual life
Yeah.
that we should always follow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And when this thing came along,
Yeah.
everyone was shocked. Everyone was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I've heard pastors cry.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't aware of what was coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So.
and they have, let down the people, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do believe there's a COVID then, yeah?
Well,
Because.
I believe that
Because.
there is something out there.
Yeah. Because I heard.
I don't know what it is.
Because I've heard brothers many, many times. Not just brothers, but I'm going to say brothers now. I've heard brothers many, many times. You know what I mean? There's nothing, nothing out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. You may well laugh. I laugh myself. And I've heard brothers out there saying, "Oh, there's nothing. It's a government conspiracy. They've come there. They're trying to trap us in our home and all this. You know what I mean? This, but and when we know people has died.
Well, look here, Carl, right?
Yeah.
Carl, right? Well, let me tell you something.
Okay.
If you want to catch a mice,
Yeah.
right, what do?
Put a trap down.
Right, you lay a trap,
Yeah.
and there's been a trap laid down, right,
Yeah.
for the entire planet,
Yeah.
to follow.
Yeah.
Because, this thing has captured the planet.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Anybody, right, who comes off script,
Yeah.
has got a price to pay.
Yeah.
So it tells me
Yeah.
that there is an agenda.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know what the agenda is.
Okay.
It is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, that the COVID is just a smoke screen. There's bigger something, there's bigger things coming.
There's something bigger coming.
If we don't come together as men
Yeah.
and to stand up,
Yeah.
and even if we have to go to war,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm listening.
our community,
And how can we as brothers, because we I mean, we would have heard this, we've heard as a brother, we need to come together, we'd have heard this so many times. How can we, as, because I know you know what I'm going to ask you. How can we as brothers, you know what I mean, come together in the way that you've just said? How is this achievable?
Well, you see, the only way we can come together is by Christ.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Right? That is the only way.
Okay.
Because we can't follow men.
Yeah.
We can follow the Spirit.
All right.
And as the Bible says, right, there's a time for everything. Right, there's a time for war. There's a time for peace. There's a time for
Yeah.
this and a time for that.
Mm.
So we are in danger,
Yeah.
right, we have to stand up.
Okay.
We have to stand up. You know, 'cause what's coming is going to be detrimental if we don't come together as men
Okay.
under Christ and stand up.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
You see.
Yeah.
So that's my point.
Yeah. So it's a very good it's a very good point. And do you have you experienced a lot of brothers standing up in your field? Have you experienced a lot of brothers standing up talking
Well,
coming to all this? Because I know you said the church let us down and that sort of thing. Because
well,
um, w-
you see, Carl,
mm,
as I said to you, men are, I don't mean every single man, you know,
no, no,
but the majority of men
yeah,
are just in the background,
yeah,
and and we need more men to stand up and be
okay,
counted,
okay, yeah,
and you know, because this thing here
mm-hmm,
is happening.
yeah,
It's going to be serious,
yeah,
and if we don't have the right men behind us
yeah,
and standing up for us,
mm-hmm,
you know,
mm-hmm,
for the families,
yeah.
you know, we're going to be in trouble.
That's right. That's right. I see that point. I see that
Mm.
point. And well, what can I ask you? How do you see about we going about recruiting, or do we go recruiting, and how do we do this? I know
Well,
I know you say stand up,
you're
but
right. What you're doing right is a good thing,
okay, thank you,
right?
thank
That's
you.
a part of it,
Yeah, yeah,
right? I do mine right by singing,
yeah,
right? I sing songs and I try to make people, um, right, listen to what I say,
yeah.
and 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 if you feel that I'm saying something, you know, I mean, positive,
Okay, okay,
you
yeah,
know, just stand up, you
yes,
know,
yeah, yeah,
stand up.
yeah. That's marvelous, marvelous, marvelous.
Mm,
Yeah,
so everybody play their part. Everyone got to play their part.
yeah, 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 yeah. I I see that point. Yeah, I see that point. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm,
I'm glad I'm glad you've come on the show, brother Lighty, because this is something that we actually need, and we actually need to talk about it. So I'm glad you take the time. You know what I mean? To sort of, and you can elaborate it a little bit more, because as I say, you say what you're doing is singing and doing, because we need to elaborate. We need to chat about this more because we've got time. You know what I mean? So as I say,
mm.
I'm glad you stepped up to this. You know what I mean? Because as I can say, it's very very few people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That I see
Because,
sort of stepping up to
because,
this. You know?
because remember, you know,
Mm,
right, this planet that we live in,
yeah,
it's been here for thousands of years,
that's right. Yeah, yeah, of course.
and for, you see, right, there's higher powers, right, that we control this planet, right, for their own
Their own,
benefit,
their own gain
right,
and
to
their own benefit.
survive, right,
Yeah,
and if we, right, threaten,
yeah.
right, their survival,
Mm-hmm.
right, they're gonna come against whoever it is, you know,
Yeah, I see what you're
because they
saying.
want to live.
Yeah,
But the problem is,
yeah,
we've got to die
yeah,
and they must live.
yeah.
And, you know, this world that we're living in, brother, is a very, very complex world.
It is, it is, it is.
People who are in high power
Yeah.
and playing us like chess games. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I do believe if men stand up,
Mm-hmm.
we can always overcome, you know, the evil, you know, through the power of the word of God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah,
That's my,
because it's going to be serious. Because this is, you see, Carl, I know what the government is saying. The government is saying that, and you know, it's trying to reassure the people. Don't worry, everything will be all right. Everything is going to be fine. You don't have to worry.
yeah.
But I am always reminded of the crab who is in a pot of water,
Yeah. Trying to get out.
and you, yes, and you turn on that fire underneath, and you leave it very low,
Yeah,
and he doesn't realize that it's being cooked
yeah, yeah,
until
yeah,
it's too late.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna be in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I do see, certain people,
Yeah.
right, who stand up against it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we need more. We need more people
Yeah.
to stand up
Yeah.
and be counted.
Do you think people
Right?
are? Let me ask you. Do you think people are afraid to stand up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Or
nobody wants to die.
yeah. Or do you think they're afraid because okay, I'm earning a little financial deal. I'm doing very well. Notice I'm rubbing my
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah.
If you're
No.
watching this
I
program, you
know.
know I'm rubbing my finger. Oh, or it's gonna affect my economic status. Do you think that is a fear that some of them don't want to
Yes,
stand up?
it is. Right. I'm reminded, right, of a man in the Bible named Daniel.
Daniel, yeah.
And Daniel, right, who he was put into a lion's den.
Yeah, yeah.
And remember, right,
Mm-hmm.
these lions did not eat for a week.
Okay.
1 week, these lions did not eat no food.
Mm.
And they placed Daniel into that cage.
Yeah.
Right, but Daniel says, even if I die, I will still stand for righteousness.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's
will
right.
stand up for righteousness.
That's right.
Even if I die.
Yeah, die. Yeah.
And, his faith was that strong,
Yeah.
that the angels
Yes.
closed the mouths
Yeah.
of the lions.
And he was protected.
And the great thing about it,
Yeah.
the people, right, who was trying to get him killed,
Mm-hmm.
they went into the lion's den and they were devoured.
They were devoured
Because
by.
the king realized
They were devoured by the lion.
he was a righteous man.
That is a very good story. That is a very good story. Mas. We call him Mas Daniel. That's what I do know. I gotta say I do know this. I do know this story. I call him Mas Daniel.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's a good name to call him.
yeah, it is. It is a good name to call him. You know what I mean, Mas Daniel, our brother Daniel. Oh dear me, that's good. That's good.
So,
Yeah,
you see, right, what do we stand for? Right? Do we stand for our jobs? And who knows, our jobs can get, we can lose our jobs.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to, believe that we can overcome this thing.
That's very good. That is a that is a
Yeah.
that is I like that. That's a very very good message. You know what I mean? That's marvelous. I love that. That is very Lighty. That is very marvelous. From you know what I mean. From where I'm sitting here, you know what I mean. Where I'm sitting here and listening to what you're saying, it's marvelous. I've never heard anybody spell it out. You know what I mean.
Okay.
Keep it real like that.
Yeah.
It's marvelous.
Yeah, well, I think I need to talk a bit more because I'm not really a talker,
Yeah.
I'm really a singer.
Yes.
I really sing my songs or sing the words and what I want to say.
Okay.
I'm not really a talker because I got I used to stammer a lot, back in the day when I was young, I used to stammer a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I used to stammer really bad. I couldn't talk.
My days.
And then I started to get a bit, confident.
Confidence, yeah. Marvelous,
Yeah,
marvelous, marvelous. And you're a fantastic singer. No, you're a fantastic singer.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah, you're a fantastic
But
singer.
yeah, but I realize now that I need to talk,
Yeah, it's good to talk. I mean, some people say, I mean, I never knew I talk a lot either. So, some people say, I mean, I'm sitting here now and I'm talking, you know what I mean, and I've got the confidence, you know what I mean. But some people, I recall one day I saw a brother, and I used to work with him years ago. And I tell him what I was doing when I got into radio and all the rest of it. And he says, oh, that suits you because you're a chat anyway. And I never see myself chatting because, but when I was working with him, we all used to work together. So we always have different conversations, you know what I mean? But I tell you, I don't see myself as that. And I never actually see myself as that. And then one day I think about it and I thought, oh, did he really say that? It didn't really say that. I think one of the thing about chatting is like once you get your confidence, if you feel confident and if you love what you're doing, you know what I mean. And I don't think, and I know, brother Lighty, what you're doing, you love what you're doing, so it gives you the confidence, of doing what. If you love what you're doing, and I love what I'm doing. If you love what you're doing, most of the stuff you see, as you say, most of the stuff you see I'm doing, is volunteer, So there's no money in it, but I love what I'm doing, you know what I mean? It's like I'm a musician and I love being a musician, you know what I mean? I love playing my instrument over the years. A lot of people didn't even know I sort of play an instrument, you know what I mean? So I love that. I've always got a love for that sort of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's
when you love something,
yeah.
Right, when you love something, it comes out better.
Yeah, you're at ease with it.
The beauty is in it.
Yeah.
Because I listen to some some of the old songs back in the day, and these guys didn't get no money for their songs.
Exactly.
And what they said that they love to sing.
They loved it. Love it. They loved it.
And it sounds beautiful.
It sounds beautiful.
Now you can still play it.
Exactly. Well, a lot of the even say let's do a genre. Say reggae music. A lot of the I mean reggae music. A lot of the men, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think he actually cared about money in the very, very early days, you know what I mean? Or something. But when you love somebody, and the guys at Studio One and all that sort of, the Scatterlight Band, all those sort of musicians, you know what I mean? But when you listen to their work and the love, you know what I mean, and the time that they actually put in it, it makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, and especially when you got a message to give to the world.
Marvelous. It's absolutely.
More greater.
It's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Thanks. And well, I know. So the other thing I need to ask is I'm still got it in the back of my mind. How do we recruit, as you were saying, recruit more brothers and getting them to stand up and isn't it? It's one of the ones.
Yeah, because Carl, I tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
When you drive up Soul Road, or you drive in London, or you drive in New York.
Yeah.
Or you drive in Jamaica, or you drive anywhere where there is black guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you always see them just lay about, right, at the bookies, or doing nothing with their lives.
Yeah.
It's just so.
I see brothers because I probably came from the same area you're living. I lived in Los Angeles for years. That's you know what I mean. And I see brothers on the streets from I was very, very young. And these brothers has grown up and they're big men now. You know what I mean? And they're still on the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're still on the street, and it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. They're still on the street. And it makes you wonder what is actually happening. You know what I mean? What is actually happening?
Today, and this is the reason why I want to talk about men.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I went to look at a job today, and I went into the lady's house, and she showed me the job that she wanted. She showed me the job that she wanted me to do for her.
Yeah.
And then she told me that a black guy, right, who she knew from the longest time, he used to be a player. And he's a woman there, woman all over the place, and now he got kicked out of his house.
Mm-mm.
Right, him and his wife, and now he's living right back with his mums.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he hasn't got nothing. He got no money, and he spent all of his years.
Yeah. Being a player.
Just blowing his money and drink or whatever.
Yeah.
And now he's got nothing, and that's a really, really sad state to be.
It is just sad to be. It's sad to
a
be.
man to be.
It is.
Especially when you're black.
Yeah.
Worse.
It is worse. It is worse. It's worse. as I say, I don't know. I think I talked to a colleague many moons ago, and he says, all I do is work my money and I blow it. It's not funny, boy. When you hear conversation, like he says, all I do, I spend it, I spend it, I spend it, and I spend it. I thought, what?
No.
I mean, even the Bible says you must prepare. That is, the Bible, the book of the Bible says you should prepare. And he doesn't, yeah, it is, the book in the Bible, there's books in the Bible that say you must prepare. And he doesn't prepare anything, I mean, when you see brothers like that, you thought, oh my days, what is going on?
Yeah, well, the Bible talks about a man right who's like that, but it's a curse.
Yeah.
Cursed himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very sad one. It's a very sad one. So, brother Lighty, you've got music. I know you've got music. Tell us a bit about your music. Have you got any new music out or an album or whatever? Tell us about it.
I've got a number one song called Better Days.
Better Days.
Yeah, it's doing well. It's number one actually. Yeah.
Marvelous.
Christian charts.
Okay.
And I've got
Go on, give yourself a plug. Give yourself a plug. Give yourself a plug. Go on. I'm telling you to give yourself a plug. Speak up and give yourself a plug. Yeah.
Yes. I've got number one. I've got about 4 albums. I tour.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm a believer.
Yeah. And you say you tour many parts of the world. What are some of the places you've been?
I went to America. I went to Barbados. I went to Trinidad and Tobago. I went to the Bahamas. I clipped an award.
Serious?
Yeah.
Marvelous. Marvelous.
England, various places.
That's marvelous.
Yeah.
How did you find the US?
Well, the US is
I know it's a big place. Depends what place you go in the US. I know it's a big place.
It's too big.
I know it's a big place. It's a big place.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a big place.
Yeah.
You get lost in there.
Oh yeah, easily. And you was born in this country. You was born in the UK.
Yes.
Where was you?
I was born in sunny Birmingham.
Sorry, bro. He's
Yeah, man, with the palm trees.
with the palm trees. It's certainly hot today, isn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful.
I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, saying the other trouble about the weather. It's messed up a lot of equipment. You can believe that. And it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's been so hot that even getting online here, we was late getting online here because of the whole YouTube and the whole system. So it does. All the equipment is getting overheated. All the equipment is getting overheated, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? And what about your what about your parents? Quickly about your parents. Where your parents hail from?
Say that again, Carl.
Where did your parents hail from?
They came from Clarendon, Maypen.
Clarendon, Maypen. My days.
Yeah.
I come from Clarendon, but I don't come from. Clarendon is a big parish. I come from a bar, a place called Baileystown, and it's like on the other side of you heard of a place called Spalding in Manchester. If you go to Spalding and go straight down like you're heading towards St. Anne's, Burbridge, Barracks, Enion Town, going north, that's the part of Clarendon I actually comes from. And even though Maypen is the capital, I'm nowhere near Penn. Brother Lighty, let me say thank you. My time is coming to a close. Let me say thank you for taking part in the program. You have been marvelous. I must say maximum respect and maximum respect to your family. Thank you for coming and talking about what is on your mind. Maximum respect, yeah? Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you. So there you have it, guys. That's how it works. And don't forget, you can take part in the program. The program is open to you guys to take part. Everyone out there to take part. Whenever you like, you can take part. Just let us know. You can email us at breakthroughtv@gmail.com. Yeah. Let me say thanks for tuning in to the program. I said this is the 15th program. All being well, we should be back here next week. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can share now. Thank you very much. I must say thanks to our sponsors, the ACMC, also New Star Radio 98.7 FM, New Star Radio Live, Breakthrough Studio, Record Master Mix, yeah, and Breakthrough Video Streaming. Thank you. Let me say thank you. Also the Reggae Jam Jam Jerk Center, yeah. And the Reggae Jam Jam Jerk Center, you can get your Reggae Jam Jam Jerk Center brand new on the market, a taste of Jamaica, and you can tune into that. And it's on the market very, very soon. Once again, thank you. As I say, my time is almost coming to a very end. I want to say a big shout out to our producer, Mr. Shannon. It's also a young apprentice. She